Story, nestled in the rugged region of Kano, northern Nigeria, was the small village of Tudunwada. For centuries, its inhabitants led simple lives, tending the ochre-red soils and herding cattle under the vast cerulean skies. One remarkable dweller was an intelligent young girl named Hidaya, who had a sterling reputation for her wisdom, resilience, and a heart warmed by a radiant glow of hope. Hidaya, like her peers, worked arduously in the fields beside her parents, and spent her evenings listening to the hypnotic tales spun by the village's oldest inhabitants. However, unlike her friends who danced with joy in the moonlight or loom intricate patterns onto gaily colored fabrics, Hidaya spent her nights under the splendor of the African moon, hunched over old, worn-out books, basking in the serene silence and the wisdom of the parchments. Her thirst for knowledge was as infinite as the stars twinkling overhead. Mama Amina, the tribal matriarch and revered elder, recognized Hidaya's intellectual prowess. She saw in her the pantheon of illustrious African women who had changed the course of their societies through courage and wisdom. Mama Amina became her mentor, guiding her and opening her mind to wisdom rooted deep in African traditions. Yet, she also encouraged Hidaya's modern intelligence. Knowledge, Hidaya, holds no boundaries. Our traditional wisdom gives us roots, modern knowledge gives us wings. Both are needed for one to soar. The drought of 58 hit the village with a vengeance. The skies turned ruthless, their once bountiful tears withheld, turning the verdant fields into barren graves. Despair swept across the village. Hidaya, now in her early teens, steadfast, her spirit unbroken, conceived a plan based on her learnings. She remembered reading about ancient Egyptian irrigation techniques and believed they could be applied to save their crops. Hidaya worked like a woman possessed, demonstrating the techniques to the skeptical but desperate villagers. Slowly, they began to see the fruits of their labor. Amber waves of grains replaced the once barren earth. Life sprouted amidst the deathly drought. Hope blossomed on desolate soils, and a newfound admiration for Hidaya echoed in every corner of the village. Ladies bewitched by Hidaya's wisdom and tenacity, young boys amazed by her intellect, and elders astounded by her courage started to see the girl not as a mere child, but a beacon of hope. The village transformed, its people no longer reliant solely on the weather but equipped with knowledge and innovation to battle adversities. Her victory over the scorn of the drought did not merely enrich the village granaries, it nourished the village with progressive wisdom and courage for the generations to come. Hidaya's story often gets spun under the vast African sky by the village elders, instilling inspiration and the thirst for knowledge amongst its young listeners. Surrender to adversity was never an option. Knowledge and wisdom have no boundaries, they echoed Mama Amina's wisdom, adding, and neither should our spirit. The light of Hidaya continues to be a beacon, illuminating the path for many more young African girls to rise above their circumstances armed with the power of knowledge and the strength of their traditions. The story not only hums the delightful melody of Hidaya's victory over the drought but resonates with the powerful language of perseverance, tenacity, and wisdom, a language that transcends all boundaries and distinctions. The moral lesson of Hidaya's tale lies in the power of knowledge, the resilience of the human spirit, and the essence of blending tradition with innovation, which forms the crux of the African identity. Subscribe for more true African success stories. Support the channel to keep this knowledge alive.